Hey everybody, how y'all doing out there? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing great. We are back. We are back. Let's talk about it series. Today we are going to talk about our health is our wealth. Being healthy is the thing, you got to stay up on top of your stuff. And today my guest today is Anthony, and he's going to share with us. He is a stroke survivor, and he is going to share with us how he got there. So, Anthony, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, my name is Anthony Bethel, and on November 13th, 2017, a day I'll never forget, I had a stroke. I went to sleep. Well, I woke up in the morning, and I had a busy day scheduled. I had been off the night before, and I woke up and I had so much stuff to do, but as I was walking around and getting my breakfast and getting cleaned up, I felt so tired. I was like, I just woke up and I feel exhausted. So I said, tired as I am, I can't go out. I'm gonna have to lay back down and I guess get more rest. And I laid back down. It was about, I would say, 9 or 10 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
And I woke back up about 2, and I went to go to get up, and my right side of my body didn't move.
Wow. Wow. So you felt the symptoms, but you really didn't react on it. What led you to that? Like, what led you? Were there any signs before that?
Well, it's kind of embarrassing, but that's why we're doing this. But I'm a nurse. I was a nurse, so I was very keenly aware of all the symptoms. I've taken care of stroke patients for 30 years. You know, I knew what some of the symptoms were. I knew I had some of the symptoms, particularly and specifically my blood pressure, because I was taking my blood pressure at work, and I actually tried to get a job. I was trying to change jobs. I heard about this good job, and I wanted to transfer facilities, and they sent me for a physical, and I couldn't pass the physical because my blood pressure was too high. And so I was like, wow, I've never been told my blood pressure was high before. But I went back and I failed the physical again. And so I went. My girlfriend said, "You need to go to the hospital." So I went to the hospital, and they were so alarmed at how high my blood pressure was that they took all kinds of tests, and they gave me medication, and they gave me a prescription and told me to go see my doctor.
So it
Well,
started. So it started from blood pressure. So your blood pressure tells you that something is wrong.
yeah, it's one of the many indicators.
Mm-hmm.
My cholesterol also was high,
Oh,
but
oh,
um,
wow.
that was another problem I had. But I didn't really discover that until after I had my stroke. You see, Johnny, what my issue was, I was an athlete and I played ball
Yeah.
often. I lifted weights like every other day. I walked. I was active. You
Right.
know, and even though I knew I had these symptoms, being a nurse, I thought I was invincible. I took it. I
Right.
didn't. I didn't take it seriously. I would never imagine myself having a stroke.
Right.
You know.
Nobody would. Nobody does.
Right.
Nobody does.
That's why I'm here today, man.
Yeah, to tell your story, because you are blessed to even be here, and I'm so happy that we were able to finally get this done, you know what I'm saying, so we can educate the people, because your health is important, You know what I'm saying? Like, I just came from the doctor. I just came from the doctor. And that is because your body tells you things. Your body will let you know that something is wrong. So how can you tell the people not to ignore those signs?
Well, you hit it very good when you said in the beginning, your health is your wealth. I remember when I was a kid, we had a movie star. His name was Steve McQueen. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know if you probably
I
too young
remember.
to know.
I think I remember that name, Steve McQueen.
Yeah, he was like he played in the Dirty Dozen and
Yeah.
it takes a thief. He was a real handsome, real cool dude. He was like the Tom McQueen of my childhood. I mean
Okay.
Tom Cruise. He was just all that. Well, anyway, he got a brain tumor,
Mm.
and he went all over the world trying to get a cure for this brain tumor. I never forget. I was like a little kid, 7 or 8 years old, and he said I got 6 houses. He said I don't even know how many cars I have. I have all this money in the bank. He said, but when you don't have your health, you don't have nothing.
That's
And that,
right.
so that was the whole thing. Um, I should have addressed my blood pressure. I've taken care of people who had strokes so long. Some people who had strokes. I worked on a ventilator floor in the hospital,
Right.
and most of my patients, they had strokes, and they had to have trachs in their throats. Some of them couldn't eat. They couldn't
Right.
talk. Some of them couldn't move. You know, so
So there's different levels to strokes.
that's
There's
what I'm saying.
Yes, there's different levels to strokes. That is what he's trying to share with you guys. And do you mind telling everyone what did your stroke uh do to you? If
Well,
not, it's okay.
oh well, no, I'm not gonna hold back, but I would say everything. It did everything. It's not a pleasant feeling for anyone. Now there's a stroke. You can recover from strokes, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's because of exercise. Sometimes the extent of the stroke, it doesn't do that much damage, and the time that it takes for you to get assistance, it's
Right.
very important. When you have your stroke, seek immediate attention to the hospital. See, I was incapacitated and did not get assistance. Luckily, my girlfriend had a key to my house, and she eventually came to my house. I guess about 6 or 7 hours later, and she called 911 and got me to the hospital. But you
Again,
know,
she's a blessing.
yeah, she's a nurse too. But you
She's a
know,
nurse too. Okay.
everybody, that's very important for you to get uh, care as soon as possible to try
Very
to
good.
minimize the effects of strokes.
Right,
I,
right.
some people have strokes and they don't even have effects of it. You
Right.
understand? That's the weird thing about strokes, Johnny.
Yeah, it's light and moderate. It can start with it's a name for it where it starts with your mouth and you can't really like get the words out. I can't think of the name of it.
Aphasia. That's called aphasia.
Aphasia.
Yeah, expressive aphasia.
Okay.
Some strokes you have, some people with strokes can't even close their eyes.
Right, right.
They drool out their mouth all the time. So what I'm saying, the ultimate thing I'm saying is that even with the stroke I had, which has been pretty devastating,
Mm.
I still feel blessed. You
Very
know,
good, very good.
I can talk to you right now. I can use the phone to get on Zoom and get
Right.
on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah,
Uh,
that
I can make phone calls. Everybody that has a stroke
can't do
can't do
that.
that.
Right, right, right. So
So
Anthony, so Anthony, what was I going to ask you now? Listen, leading towards your stroke and what happened to you, right?
Hmm.
Before that, like let's go back a few years or some years, right? What were kind of like your habits that you think that maybe led to it, or is there anything that will lead to a stroke?
Yeah, I had my contributing factors was my mentality mostly, and when I mean by that is I did whatever the hell I wanted to do. I smoked. I I ate. My diet was terrible. I ate I ate junk food, pizza, chicken wings, fried chicken. Popeyes was I was a
Right,
bachelor, so I very rarely cooked healthy meals and ate salads and all of that. I ate whatever I wanted to eat. And,
yeah,
especially as you get older, you just can't do that.
right,
You know,
right, right,
you're flirting with disaster when you do these things. And of course, sodium. I don't, food is not food unless it has some kind of seasoning to it.
right,
So
right.
I was ignorant as a health professional to a lot of things, and that's what led up to my stroke, especially
Yeah,
the smoking.
the smoking.
Especially, yeah, I
So
smoke
what
black. I smoke Black and Milds. Now one Black and Mild cigar is like a whole pack of
pack of
cigarettes.
cigarettes. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. So what would you say to the people about that smokes cigarettes, smokes that's a smoker and a vapor?
I would say to anyone with their health is that if you're an adult, um, you have to take responsibility. You can't blame anybody but yourself. These people, the people that warn you about the things to eat and the things to smoke, they're not doing that for their own benefit. They're doing it for your benefit. And either you're gonna, like they said, pay me now or pay me later.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess everybody that smokes doesn't have a stroke, but usually the people that have strokes, they were smokers or
Smoker.
they abused their body in some way. Drugs, eating the wrong things,
Hmm.
the wrong kind of lifestyle. You have to get your rest. Um,
Very, very good. I mean, we're hitting every point early on, and that's good because again, your health. They just did a census. I seen it on the news, right? I've seen it on the news. So they did a census about immortality as far as our living. We are dying more than living. Like it's really, really low. Like the census is low as far as humanity and people living. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of that's bad. You know. So
yeah,
that's why I say let me do something like this and kind of talk about our health and talk about share your experience so that people could take it serious when your body, again, I'm saying it again, your body do tell you things, and you never know what's going on. A headache will tell you things. Your feet and your toes will tell you things. You know what I'm saying, your heart rhythm can tell you things.
you
You
know,
got to follow it.
Johnny. And another thing I guess we need to touch on is medical checkups, getting regular checkups. Like you said, you just went to your doctor.
I just went, yeah.
I thought I was my own doctor. I was like,
Ah,
I was working out, and I didn't. You go to the
because
doctor.
you're a nurse. Because you're
Yeah,
a nurse, so you're helping others, and then sometimes that can be a problem for people when people who help others, they don't do for themselves. So that's what I say. You still got to do your yearly checkups. It don't have to be you going to the doctor every day, but a yearly checkup will at least give you those things that you need. If your cholesterol high, if you got diabetes, you know what I'm saying? I'm so happy I lost 5 pounds. I've been working out and trying to lose weight.
congratulations.
5 pounds, and I feel good about that. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm gonna lose another 5 pounds because I'm on the border of what did she say, of not high blood pressure, diabetes, pre-diabetes. I don't
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah.
And I'm a small woman. It's not like I'm a big overweight person, but it does not matter. It means how you take care of your body and yourself. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you a question, right? Since we talk about health and wealth, right? Have you had the shingles? Have you ever taken that vaccine?
You know what, Johnny? I'm not an anti-vaxxer because we've been taking vaccines all our life. But this is a part of my ignorance, I guess. You know, like the flu shot, we used to give them to our patients every year. But some of the older people, when we gave them the flu shots, they would have adverse effects to it. And a lot of them even died. You know, they got the flu.
Right.
And so I was always like, oh, I don't want the flu shot, you know, because I
Right.
see people, and I'm healthy. I don't need the flu shot. But it's ironic that you just asked me that because last month I took my first flu shot ever. And
Yeah, I don't do the flu shot.
probably, huh?
I say I'm against really like the flu. I've never had the flu shot. But go ahead, finish telling me.
Yeah, I don't get the flu very often. I don't get sick. I didn't get sick. I haven't had a cold since I had this stroke. But
Wow.
anyway, and I'm scheduled for a shingles vaccine in April. You know, my doctor finally convinced me.
Right,
You know,
right.
he
Yeah,
said the vaccine is better than actually having the disease. You know,
right.
shingles. I've taken care of shingles patients. It's ugly to look at, let alone have. You know,
Mm.
so he
So
convinced me.
so you're getting yours, you say, in April.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. He told me that he gave me the flu shot. He said, since you're skeptical, we'll see how you react to this, and then if you do all right in April, we'll give you the single shot. So I haven't had any problems since I had the flu shot.
Okay,
So
okay. All right. Well, I've been they've been asking me for the last what, maybe 2 years. And this I just went to again today and I was like, well, let me think about it. I'm still thinking.
have you had chicken pox?
Yes.
Yeah, shingles and chicken pox, they're the same, I guess, bacteria, a
Right.
virus. That it's called a varicose vac, varicose vaccine, bacteria.
Virus. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So if you had chicken pox, it's a good chance. Sometimes later in life, you'll get the shingles, and then you'll remember the day and say, "Damn."
You
I
know, but yeah. So yeah, I know. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, but I got time.
So I feel blessed. I was in a nursing home, and I've been with my girl. I got divorced. I've been with my girl for about 16 years, and
Wow.
I was in a nursing home, and I thought, well, this is my life. I'm gonna be here forever because I couldn't function at that
Right.
time. I hadn't had enough therapy and everything, and I wasn't doing well. But my girl, she came to see me every day in the nursing home, every day.
Wow. Wow.
And then one day she surprised me. She said, "When are you coming home?" And I said, "What do you mean coming home?" And she
Uh-huh.
said, "I mean, you're my man. I'm not going to leave you here just because you had a stroke. I'm not going to turn my back on you." So,
Wow.
Joni, I can tell you, I just feel blessed because everybody doesn't have somebody who's going to stick with them through thick and thin.
You are, say that again. You are absolutely right, and you are blessed that somebody stood there with you on your bed of health and took you home and brought you back to health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know what? That's why I don't complain too much. That's why I smile because I know I have advantages other people don't have. And I'm gonna tell you one more thing, and you're gonna say I'm corny, but this is the dead truth. Can't nobody mess with my country no more.
Can't
I'm
nobody mess with your country?
That's right. I'm a patriot because
Okay.
because as a United States citizen, you would not believe how this country takes care of disabled people. You know,
Okay.
I get a check every month. I get all kinds of benefits, my medication. Um, when I go out, I can go to a concert, a football game, a restaurant, anywhere. There's special
Accessibility.
places. Yes.
Very
So
good. Well, tell the people that. That's good. So
and
there is hope then.
I did not even consider that. I didn't even think. I wasn't disabled. I didn't think about. Wow, they got all of this. I got my handicap stick. I can park in a good place.
Right, right.
This country is a good country. Let me tell you something. In North Korea, you know what Kim Jong Un is. If you have a stroke there, he won't even let you live in the city.
Wow.
You have to go out in the country place. He wants you to die as quick as possible.
Oh, wow.
So the state doesn't have to take care of you.
Oh,
So
wow.
we are blessed in this country. And I worked and I put money into the social disability, Social Security.
Right,
And
right.
now
It pays off.
It's taking care of me.
Oh, well,
So,
that's a good positive end to give to people that the US ain't dead. It ain't all the way dead. You know what I'm saying? It's doing what it's duty, what it should be doing.
yes. And I appreciate you and I appreciate anybody. And since I've had my stroke, I've had nothing but positive. Everybody, whether it's transportation, whether it's a doctor or nurses or social workers, everybody's been so helpful. Johnny, I guess people think I'm crazy, but I just feel lucky.
Well,
I feel blessed.
That's wonderful, and you should feel blessed.
Yeah.
So there are resources, and people should search for those resources.
And I'll tell you another thing, and I know I'm going long-winded, but I have a great family. All of my aunts, I hear from my aunts your Anna Louise, Pat, Jean, Ethel, my cousins, my kids.
Family is everything. Family when you need it. Family when they're there, it comes to.
And Johnny, you know John Singleton who directed Boys in the Hood.
Right.
He had a stroke. Like it was a Sunday night, he had a stroke, and the next Sunday he was dead. We had a cousin. I had a cousin, Lois. She had a stroke, and she died 3 or 4 days later. I had a brother-in-law. Right. I had a brother-in-law last year in January. He was about my age. He had a stroke on a Sunday night, and he died Monday.
Wow.
You understand? You see what I'm saying about every stroke is different?
Right. Right.
That's why I don't complain. I mean, look at God.
Look at God. Look at God. Is there anything else, Anthony? Because I think we covered everything you gave the people. I think this is gonna be a great educational piece. You know what I'm saying? That they can go from be like, wait a minute now, let me go check myself. Let me go and I think I need to go to the doctor. Let me go and do what I need to do for myself, health wise. So is there anything else you want to leave with? We're gonna go. I think this is good right here. Anything you want to say?
Okay, I want to say this. Don't listen to everything and how optimistic I am, and think, oh man, the stroke is not that bad.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, my whole life, like I said, it's affected everything. So it's nothing to play with. It's nothing to gamble with. Before I had my stroke, I didn't take any medications. Now I take about 10 medications every day. You know, um, the fact of not being active like I used to be, even sexually. You know,
Even sexually.
I mean, I
Wow.
can't. I used to, my girlfriend used to be like, "Leave me alone,"
Right, right, right.
But now it's like, hey, if it ain't gonna happen tonight, it ain't gonna happen.
Right, right. You get it when you can.
She get it
Hey,
when she can.
she get it when she can. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Oh
So
boy.
it's not all a bed of roses. I'm not trying to minimize it. That's the last thing I want to say. You don't know how I can't even walk to the mailbox to get my mail. I can't go to the store, to get something from the store. I'm in a wheelchair. I can't stand up, but I better have something to hold on to.
Right, right,
You know?
right.
So
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be praying for you and keep you in my heart and give you a few phone calls every now and then and check up on you.
well, I'm gonna pray for you, Johnny. And
Please do.
yeah, you're keeping me entertained with your podcast, and I'm glad that you allowed me to be a part of this endeavor.
I appreciate it and thank you for coming and we got this done. So God,
God bless you.
yes,
God bless you. He's with all of us.
yes,
So
it
keep
is.
it up, Johnny.
I will. And guys, don't forget to tune in, guys, over at my YouTube channel, Shop Talk Radio 2020, and on my Instagram, Shop Talk Radio 2020. And that's my Let's Talk About It series, guys. And if anybody want to come on and let's have a dialogue, conversation, we could talk about anything. I can give you conversation and we talk about it. So again, until next time, guys, Anthony, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. So next time, guys, peace out. Bye, Anthony.
Bye bye. Go away.